And we are live. I'm not sure if anybody's going to be there this afternoon or what's going to happen this afternoon. I'm not even sure if the game is fully going to go on because we are having some technical issues. Just trying to arrange things so we're good to go. Would be a mission for the Marian Hegemony people. So a little bit different, the level of technology and the level of complexity. All right. Might be a little bit different. I don't think the game's going to happen. Too much stuff going on. What I might do, might try playing this as is. I'm trying to think. This is an odd time out. Trying to figure out what I need or want to do. All right. Like I said, I don't think the game's gonna happen. So this might just be a one and done quick stream here. Just trying to see if I could maybe do something with a bot, possibly. Trying to think here. Because I had a bit of an idea for a mission, but nothing I can really do. Sorry, this is taking me a moment. I need to think of what I am doing. Or what I am going to do. Unless there's someone who wants to jump in. 55th. Oh. I am going to throw this to Princess. Configure munition. No. Swept pilot 2, set priority 2. Change owner. Princess. Oh, no. My bad. Well, armor might show up to help in. Really, it's kind of an issue with Radmin right now. Someone is having a few issues with it, and I have to say, Radmin is a really fun tool. It's really practical for things like Megamek. Let's say it's not great for all types of gaming nowadays, but old school stuff. We'll go with that. With the old school stuff, it works fairly well. Anything that would require you to have like each other's IP address, which is a fairly common kind of situation. We have that. You might need that. Hey, Armor, are you doing?
All right.
I have a group of Lothian League rebels here, and that needs blowing up, but I don't have any mechwarriors or Marian to fight them from now. Odd situation, I know. How are you doing this fine Sunday?
Anxious. So here we go. So we have the Marians that need blowing up.
Well, those are Lothian, technically,
Lothian.
which is basically who the Marians are fighting. It's an odd situation. Lothian, if you look at current timeline or Vengeance timeline, basically the Lothian freed themselves from Marian rule and basically established their own Marian hegemony kind of government, and they started being their own thing. But even amongst themselves, they've got people that are that don't like trying to be ruled like Marians, so they do the same. They started a few terrorist organization and things like that. Um,
Having both separatists and rebels in your country is certainly a vibe.
yeah, it's. I mean, the thing is, the terrorists are from the same ruling family as the Lothians, the Logans, but they don't like the current Logans that's in charge. So so they don't like the Marians, but they don't like their own people either. So bad things happen. La, la, la. Bring your unit, your regular, well, your regular unit, and
Because I have the regular unit, but I also have an alternative unit.
oh, well, bring the alternative unit, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, I only have 12k battle value. It's not super threatening.
Okay,
3 Vipers and 2 Vipers. So that's a whole lot of Vipers.
correct. That's the idea.
Viper. I'm only have a 10k disadvantage. That might be a bit.
Okay, I can try
Don't
it.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. I mean, I was supposed to be fighting something like 16k, so it's not a huge problem. What I might do, I do want to play a Jackal. I do want to play that Commando. No, I'm just gonna bring what I was supposed to have, plus 1 mech. I'm gonna bring one assault. I'm gonna bring an assault mech. No, I need to play the gunslinger because I'm gonna review it this week, and I haven't played gunslingers enough. So I'm gonna bring a gunslinger. Not the thing I've really played a whole lot. So, and it is an assault mech. Good. There we go. The gunslinger brings me to 14k. Well, it could be worse, could be better. But hey, it's a number. So where are we going to go? Well, we're going to go. The rules have already been set up. You need to blow up 60% of the enemies to basically force them to retreat or whatever. They are not a major threat, but they could be a problem. So, are you good? Are your units set up or?
Yeah, it's all set up.
Okay, well, I'm going to GM myself just in case something breaks, and I'm good to go. Let's see.
Where are we starting?
Hmm?
Starting edge.
You start the 3X's southeast.
Southeast.
Yep. I'm going to run and grab something to drink. This was the sound of Celsius Energy, Kiwi Goya, whatever. I am not sure what it is. It's just cheap at the local store. Good enough. And it shouldn't be too difficult. Oops, I'm gonna lower the volume a bit here. kids were on the computer earlier. Foliage. Foliage is a fun rule that they add. I don't know when they set that up. I think it was on the Tukian maps. It's basically light woods, but only one elevation. So it slows you down to walk through it, but it doesn't really cause any major issues. All right. You go there, you go there. And you go there. Mighty large laser turrets. Which can be useful. They're not the most efficient thing, but they're useful.
This would be exactly what the Stalker was built to fight.
Well, I mean, 3 Vipers, it's literally like a battering ram, so... And the smaller Vipers are also quite terrifying. People don't realize it, but it's really good at hunting down light mechs. It's really what it's meant to do.
That is traveling at the speed of a locust.
It travels at the speed of the locust. It's decently armored and has just enough pods to make it something threatening, basically.
Basically what the cicada was trying to be.
I guess that's a way of looking at it. But the cicada's terrible, and the dragonfly, it actually works how it's supposed to. I mean, the cicada's got armor that holds and it got paint that holds the armor together on most models.
Found a way to break the curse of 40 tons, and that's clan tech.
There's the odd, decent 40-ton mech, but as soon as they go too quickly, that's when there's a problem. You shouldn't be trying to make those things go 812, 8, something crazy like that. It's not going to work. You're not going to be able to fight everything with it. At 6'9", generally they're pretty good. You've got a few decent one in that kind of speed range, I would say. And okay, he didn't skid, surprising. Let's try to get out of the little base there. You are running an ambush on them, basically. That's the jackal. No, you can't run, especially if there's a change in elevation. That would be a very bad idea. You'd skid and fall and break your neck. Because that's what mechs do.
Because running on pavement?
Running on pavement has been has cursed me of this entire scenario, so... All right, go Gladius. Go Fulcrum.
I've gotten used to looking for the asterisk marker. Whenever it look on the movement, it'll give an asterisk, like, you're going to need to make a piloting check for this.
Yeah, I'm starting to look a little bit more. And the gunslinger just moves forward. There we go. Everybody succeeds their piloting checks. Now it's everybody succeeds their shooting checks, hopefully. Or something similar. 15. Hey, that's a good number to try to hit. It's okay. That's not hitting. That's out of range for sure. That's out of range for sure. That's out of range for sure. You, the Gladius. The rockets, it on 13s, unfortunately. So that's not gonna. And the machine guns, it on 14s. That's not gonna it either. Geez, those things are fast. Those things are fast. But, you know, I've got no reason not to shoot at them, so. You're out of range. You're out of range. If I twist the turret this way, takes a 13 to it. 13's a bit over my... It's 15s to it. Still not going to it. All right. Once we close in, things might look a little bit fancier. I mean, it does behave like a light. You're right, Argyle, in regards to the Dragonfly/Viper. It does behave like a light, but it's definitely better. And the thing is, if you look at the Clan Invasion lights, we were talking about it on the Discord, and we kind of had that discussion saying, like, yeah, they're not that good to begin with. Very few of them are very effective outside of the Adder, which is stupid. Oh, well, there's 10 points of armor gone on one of the helicopters. But that's about it. Wasn't a massive successful combat round, but that's to be expected.
One hit on the left side. Everyone else missed.
Yeah, with everything. Everything missed. I am not going to kick my own walls. That's usually not a good idea. I mean, you can, but then you fail your kick at an immobile target and you fall. Things can get pretty nasty in these situations.
That shouldn't happen, but you never know.
Weirder things have happened in battletech, okay? That's the fulcrum that I probably want to move back a bit. There we go. Again, I've got the numbers advantage, so that might work in my advantage, but other tanks are not known to be the toughest thing around. And that's actually not a bad spot to go. Okay, oh no, okay. Ugh. It's a fun base, but getting out of it is pretty darn awful.
At least you're not tripping over the hangars.
There we go. I haven't crashed anything yet, so it's a good start.
Try to get out of the ECM.
Yeah. All right. Try to get my helicopters behind some targets so I can start doing what warriors are meant to do, which is shoot people in the back.
What if I also shot you?
Well, that's it. That's vengeance. All right. The Thunder's moving. Never played with a Thunder before.
I think I've seen that before.
You've never seen it? Okay. It's one of those weird Liao mech AC-20 LRM-5 tree med pulse. It's like daddy hunchback, basically. 70 tons, 75, 70 tons, and plenty of armor, 5'8". I mean, it's the daddy hunchback. When the hunchback decides to have kids, that's what it ends up with. Didn't tag. I don't have anything that uses tags anyways, but 10, 9, 8. This one's an 8. That's 8's a number I might be able to hit. So let's try that. You are out of range for everything. Does the ERPPC see something? Yeah, it sees stuff, but it could hit the Viper. Okay, let's shoot it. Got nothing to lose. LRM-10's on the Dervish. 16. Well, that's a number that's easy to hit. 12 on the others. Well, we've got ammo. I better waste them. All right, let's try things. I moved back just too much for the Snub-Nose PPC. Snub-Nose PPC I haven't played with enough to know exactly how to position myself with them. I just know that they're really, really good because every time I use them, they perform better than they should, basically. Do you see anything? You see stuff, but you can't really hit them. Do you see anything? Yes, but you can't really hit them. The large laser turrets. This one can't see anything. This one would need a 13 to hit, so not going to happen. You, 12 to hit, 10 to hit. 10's a number I can hit with Gauss rifles. Just needs to hit and things will be fun. Well, engine destroyed on the Fulcrum. That's certainly a situation. The Shadowhawk, it's with this enhanced LRM-5, another terrible weapon. But hey, in this case, it actually worked because you were like in that range where I should have a minimum, but I don't because it's an enhanced one. Your Dragonfly misses the Warrior. The Jackal misses the Black Biton on the Gladius. Vehicle immobile. Well, there you go. It's not dead, but it's not going to do much.
It's not taking out its ECM, which is what I was aiming for.
The AC-5 deals 5 damage with precision ammo. And, some of the rockets hit. There, that was worth it. Oh, well, there goes one of the helicopters. The SRM-2s blew out. And, that's certainly them being in trouble. Oh, the MML-7 hit. That's fun. It's always weird. 7 I've never seen the 7 table to see like what you need to roll to make it good. This misses. The tandem rounds almost did something useful.
In the arms.
On a Viper. Oh no, I blew out your shoulders. Yeah, wouldn't have been very useful. The Shadowhawk. Well, the Shadowhawk's gone. First turn. First turn of actual fighting. The tandem rounds.
Everything just landed on the right torso then.
Left torso, right torso, right torso. So 7, 7. Oh, 10, 7, 7. Yeah, everything started going into the left to the right torso where there was the tandem ammos, and there you go. That's bad luck, but it's battletech. That's not super unexpected, let's say. Yes, I'm going to kick my own gun emplacement. That's always another smart thing to do. All right.
Gladius
Losing that Shadowhawk before it did anything is pretty annoying, though. I need to check the other tank tables better as well. But I know they're really fragile. Do you know if the other tanks are more fragile than wheeled vehicles, or wheeled vehicles are worse than other tanks? For how fragile they are.
I guess it would depend on the crit table, right?
Yeah.
They're just more vulnerable to the motive hits. Well, I guess the difference between like tracked, wheeled, and hover is their suspension factor, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well that factors in. Weight shouldn't be too much of a problem, is it? There's not too different.
Well, you're immobile, so take your immobility and stay immobile. Yeah, this guy lost his snub-nose PPC. That's not a good thing. You go there if you can. No, you could. Okay. And a 5.8 AC20 platform is not bad, especially at that weight. Of course, Rowie, it needs to reach before it does anything, but it has more ammo than the Hunchback. But it's also much more expensive, so... I haven't done a video on the Hunchback yet, but let's face it, Tex's video on it is one of his better ones, I would say. I'm not sure if everybody agrees or anybody agrees, but I really think it's one of his more solid ones.
Could do one on the Quasimodo.
Quasimodo has 3 variants. That's the hard thing sometimes. I sit down and I'm like, okay, there's some cool mechs I could do videos on. But then I'm like, oh yeah, it has like 2 variants. Things like that. So like that's why like this week I've got the Year of the Dragon video coming out, which is basically a bunch of those mechs with dragon names. And most of them is like 1 or 2 config each. Things that, you wouldn't be able to make a full video on, but you can still try to do something about, I guess. Things like the Ebby, the Star Python, the... The Gladius's weapon are all fixed. Well, that could be an issue. That actually is a major issue, because you've got nothing in the front.
Arc.
In my rear arc, I've got 2 rocket launchers. That's all I got. I mean, I'm going to use them, but... yeah, you'll get there when he gets there. You guys. Now, let's see where I shoot. Well, this guy. Let's do that. You've got a bigger Gauss rifle. Try to shoot there. And a bunch of SRM6. Okay, this guy probably has nothing you can see. But this guy... Turret! Turret power! I mean, no reason not to shoot everything. The Fulcrum's looking worse and worse. But it's not dead, the first thing at least. It crew stunned. The Gladius is even more immobile, okay. Oh no, okay, destroyed by damage. Okay, well, that's
engaging for quite a few hits.
The Dervish manages to hit with 1 LRM-10. Okay. The rest misses, but was 11. 2 large pulse laser at the helicopter, which misses. The Gladius, hey, he managed to hit with one of its rocket launcher. We'll take it. 2 rocket launchers hit this game. It's better than it often is. The Fulcrum keeps hitting with his nice missiles. The Warrior hit with a medium laser, so some more damage on that Dragonfly. And then the helicopter goes down. Co-pilot injured. There's a whole lot of red on there. The ammo went. Nothing good came of this.
The only reason it didn't get even worse is that fires weren't enabled.
There's that. The Merkaba didn't do anything. The Fulcrum is destroyed. Okay. The Poe misses with its Gauss rifle. The large laser does hit with one of the 2 large lasers. The Gauss rifle's missed. Of course, I should have seen, needs an 8. I knew I was going to miss. But okay, 1 medium laser hits, and the Gunslinger doesn't run odds. So that's what makes this thing a little bit more entertaining. Well, that was... I've already lost a good chunk of my units. The tanks cost a lot, or no, I lost that Phoenix Hawk too, so that's a lot of points right there too. The Commando's not even close to being able to do anything fancy. But it needs to run and gets in range, and then it'll do commando things. What version of Java do I download to make Megamek work? That's a good question. You have to go to the Megamek website generally to check that. They have instructions on what to download and how to download it. From there, I think the most recent version...
It's what version of Java are we running?
They generally say the one they recommend is Eclipse Tamarin, and the latest version is version 17.0.11 is what they say. Generally, that one works. The hardest bit is that if you have like me, you have a kid who does some coding on the side and things like that, for fun or for partially for profit sometimes. I mean, some kids are better at it than other, let's say. I mean, you might have an issue with which version is installed more than the other. Me, it's not a major thing, basically. I installed Eclipse Tamarin in the latest version, and it kind of worked. There is a video from the Many Voices VA, a guy I link every once in a while. Pretty nice guy. He's a member of the channel. And I link his stuff fairly often for that because it's one of the better/best tutorial on how to install Megamek.
Let's see. Let's look in my Java folder. I'm running 17 to 24.
You're running multiple ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different programs ask for different versions of Java and different SDKs.
That's
for Star
nasty.
Sector. That was actually fun.
My problem with Java's Java. I've actually studied it and actually worked with it. I don't like it, but I understand why they use it for Megamek, because it's a fairly solid piece of equipment that everybody can easily work with. So that's probably why they really rely on it more than anything else.
mean, we are running a no longer available test branch of Megamek here.
Yeah, but it's stable enough.
Only because we had more problems with the other, now unreleased test version of Megamek.
Exactly. This one's been working fine for me. I haven't had any critical issues with it, so... Oh, the gun's in the torso, ain't it? Jeez. The Jackal's a weird one. I was happy to do a video on it. To be very honest, I liked doing a video on a mech that like nobody really knows. You don't get as much views as if you were doing, a video on the Marauder, something like that. But it's fun that some of those lesser known mechs get some love every once in a while. Because they deserve it. Do the SRM6s reach? Yes, they do. Won't shoot the OS ones, but well, this guy's not in range for anything. You, turret, you can shoot this guy. Shoot that guy. And there might be a murder of a Viper here, thanks to the gunslinger. Gunslingers are big. It does take 2 ER medium lasers. That's a bit of damage. The commando misses everything. The Poe Mark II is immobile already. Doesn't take much, does it?
They just seem way too vulnerable to crits here.
I'm using standard rules for vehicles. There's upgraded rules that exist, and it reduces their difficulty to be it. But I think that would make the vehicles too tough, which is not good either. The Dervish does nothing. The Thunder, I mean, the IC-20 could have hit, and that would have changed the game right there, because that's what AC-20s do, change games.
Bold is trying to use caseless ammo. We'll see if it explodes on you.
Hey, I've got a ton of caseless, a ton of precision, and a ton of armor piercings. That's an experiment. This guy just rolls 4s for everything. Ooh, it on the engine on the gunslinger already. Oh, it's a true armor critical. True armor criticals. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. If I were Sean Connery, a small pulse laser. It's the Jackal. I mean, Jackal's fast enough that he. I mean, you needed 6s to hit, and you managed to miss. Okay, well, that's a thing. Oh, and the gunslinger misses with everything, needing 7s to hit. Yeah, that's my luck, really. The gunslinger has an ACM still, so they still got one thing.
Viper's getting away with a lot more than they should.
It's a bit crazy what's going on here, but thing is, even with an engine, the gunslinger is not going to run too terribly hot, because it's standard medium lasers and Gauss rifles, which is a very nice setup.
But what if I got into more trouble? But what if I just made this worse? Is there anyone that can actually jump out there? To not get backstabbed myself. Hmm. O2, it's immobile, but it still has its weapons and turrets. Let's see if this either works or a meltdown. It will either be promoted or court-martialed. Just the whole train of backstabbing. Or are we going to see a lot of misses? Into the rear, but not enough. And your tandem charges. Almost crit. Rolling for crit. Still didn't get them. Missing. The commando is still alive, though not well. AC 20 hits. Pulse boats do what they need to do. Over. That gunslinger is annoyingly alive. Lots of lasers hit. Is the heat going to start mattering for it now? Three pilot rolls still succeeds. The heat phase didn't explode. These Vipers have been plonked. Two of them have already taken head hits. Alright. So this Dragonfly needs to not be here. The Gunslinger's ECM is annoyingly up, so I can't use the C3I network. Okay. That is still pretty healthy. Which is going to be riskier? Just looking at the internals for the Gunslinger, it's because So it does the XL engine. So it's taken an engine critical hit on either torso. Even jumping hit. And now the jack is going to be a problem. Can I make something evaporate this turn? I want to use up all of my heat-seeking capacity, but not melt. It's very easy to just hit the extra weapons. Okay. More laser fire. The ERPPC hitting. This is just a glancing blow. That first dragonfly was already overheating. Poe took its hits, but it's still alive. Poe takes hits. Still unfortunately alive. Oh! It already did take the head hit. One dead Viper. I ended up taking the side hits and not the rear hits that I was looking for. Well, at least that's the command that's going to fall down. You rolled the head hit with edge, but it still goes into the torso, which I don't know if that's better. Nope. Okay. Finally got the commando. Poe is not long for this world. Sinker is heating up after 2 engine hits. Does not maneuver. But if I jump, I can't quite hit it. If I would be so bold. Dragon. Well, I already paid for the rear armor anyways. Time to get it to work as well. Okay. You're still pretty overheating. How much do I want to overheat this turn? Even with the small pulse lasers just touching it, it's still very easy to go way over. There's the death. I'm surprised that Merkava did not evaporate. We'll see how much fast the Vipers start falling apart now. Is the gunslinger going to be able to Right. Oh no, it's not. Getting knocked down. Now that the armor stripped, we're going to start seeing Kappa's annoyingly alive. Jackal falls, Viper's good. Can they get up and get away from this? Really? So you killed one of the Vipers. And it looks like they're about to fall apart. And fell over. Gunslinger got knocked out.